Hey guys, how's it going? It's Slipstream here. I know it's been a while, and for those of you who don't know me personally, you would know that I've recently switched over to playing Call of Duty competitively. I know I posted a lot of Overwatch content in the past. Well, maybe not a lot, but I posted some Overwatch content in the past, and I took a run at that competitively. But I'm now playing Call of Duty for my university's team, and we're going to be playing in the CCL, which is the competitive Call of Duty League, or the Collegiate Call of Duty League, here this next semester. So this is a little scrim that we played just 2 days ago. Uh, it was sort of a pickup team. Three of the guys are going to be on the college team, and then two of them we kind of had filling in. So this isn't exactly our official team or anything, but I thought it was really good scrim, this map specifically, where um, I certainly had a pretty good game, but we made a couple key mistakes as a team that kind of cost us. And generally, Hackney Hardpoint is one of our better maps, but this was also a very good team. So in this video, I'm just going to be going through the map and sort of breaking it down VOD review style of what we did wrong and where we could have maybe swung the map. So I've seen this gameplay before, but I don't really have any
Hey
specific
yo,
notes. So this is going to be sort of like my first impressions of what I look for when I go through my gameplay to sort of improve. So I'm just gonna take everyone along with me if that makes sense.
one of you needs to run a smoke.
So on Hackney Yard, we generally go for a 2 AR setup, especially off defensive side. So for those of you who don't know, we want to be holding the spawns that we currently have for new. And my objective here is to sort of post up in a power position like top AC where I just was, or mid stack, and make sure that their subs don't get through and break spawns.
I'm gonna pick up mid for a second.
So for the first
Enemies
hardpoint,
are
all
still
we really
flooding
want to
mid.
do is contest for as much time as we can get. Right now we're doing a pretty good job of holding it. We need to get a little bit more contest on time,
Okay, we
which I
still
think
need
I
to put a little
call
bit of
out.
pressure here.
Yeah, I call out to get a little bit more pressure. And the connection was a little shaky,
Two mid.
but
One dead, one's going like pillars.
it wasn't terrible.
It.
And it
I'm
got a
lagging
lot
really
better
hard right
after
now,
this
guys, but
map.
there's
I
still
feel
one
like
mid.
part of it might have been
One got through forklift.
an issue with like the
Martian.
coronavirus and a lot of people being on the
I
internet, if
spawned
that
out, I
makes
spawned
sense.
out, I spawned out. Everyone back up right now.
Yeah, chill, dog. I kind of freak out here because we spawn out,
Yeah,
we
don't need
put
you
too
on
much
hill, dog.
pressure too late into the hill. Uh, and honestly, the the biggest error we made here was, I think, yeah, right here. Like time's winding down. We send way too many people into the hill too late. And like this is our main AR. We really need him to be rotating back at like 25, maybe even earlier, just depending. Uh, so honestly, the way we can improve that is just be a little bit more conscious of how much time's left, making sure that our ARs stay back and play defensive. Uh, so I could have called out to my teammate to back it up.
Okay.
But now we're kind of in a tough spot here. We have to.
Top AC dead.
We really want to
There's one fire car.
break this hill or at least get some sort of contest time because we only got 27 seconds on the first hill. And if we let them get a full 60 on this one, it's going to kind of snowball. We're going to be at a really tough spot. And so I know when you get a set of kills pushing this hill, and if you're spawning on the P1 side and you're pushing through the right, generally they're going to spawn on that fire side. And if they don't, like they're not now because we just blocked that spawn, they're going to either spawn P1 or out by the parking lot where Apollo is right now. Now that we're spawning here, we know they're going to be spawning back on that fire side and probably pushing through green and P1 to try and rotate to P3 here.
Hey, there's one P1.
So I'm just kind of patrolling top L's,
Top L.
trying to get map control, like look mid there. And here I'm just trying to get into power positions as the second AR. Look at lines of sight where I can cut off the enemies from rotating in hill. Like here, I push top green and try and watch the cross, so my teammates can sit in hill.
I'm watching the cross from top green. Okay.
Unfortunate little bit of lag there, but not a whole lot you can do about that. And then I make this call out to my teammate, but he kind of just doesn't notice it. So I feel like I should have just reiterated this because I think I ended up dying to him on the mount. Yeah,
Top green.
that's tough. I know I made that call out. I should have just like when I saw that he wasn't challenging him, I should have like insisted that he do it. And here I'm just trying to rotate over to P4. We're at quite a deficit right now, so I pop my dead silence because I know there's probably gonna be a player around here. Spot him in the corner, pick that up. And I'm looking, I see that on my mini-map, there's 2 around tool door. The second one was actually upstairs, so I caught that.
I got 4.
And then, honestly, that was just kind of a little lucky. I feel like he was looking for me in the corner and wasn't really expecting that. And then I know they're going to be spawning bottom fire because we're still coming from old and we have hill control.
I'm helping pick up mid.
So they're also catching like maybe a split spawn over by P1. So right now, yeah, it's unlucky. But I was just kind of patrolling, trying to get them off rotation so my teammates can get a lot of easy hill time.
Make sure we're not losing these spawns.
I see my teammate got that kill. And honestly, in that position, we really just want to hold these spawns. So that's why I'm kind of holding off right here. Not really contesting much.
Hey, we're not talking, guys.
I end up going back to the top. Because when you're up here, you can see a lot of the map. And make big call-outs for your team as to where they're pushing from. I kind of just got a little bit unlucky. Teammate got caught looking at the spot I was calling out without knowing that he was already rotating. I kind of messed up my movement here a little bit, but ended up getting 1.
And then one bottom heaven.
So here we're in a really tough spot. Like we're down 100 points. They have hill control. We really need to get like a good push on hill here. They have it pretty much locked down. We're split pushing, which is probably our biggest problem at the moment as a team.
I'm
I know there's someone there. Kind of just if he's not gonna peek me, he's just gonna waste my time. So I decided to just give it up, and then we end up getting this, which I don't know how to feel about it because it's 20 seconds left, which is it's decent time, but it's not like super valuable, especially like when we want to be making this rotation. And I call that out to my team, like we need to be rotating for the same side that we were off spawn. Yeah, we're just really late here. They go up that last 20.
Going mid. Hey, what? Hey, bottom mid.
So I'm trying hard to push through mid.
Push all the way through if you can. I spawned off.
And I catch a decent spawn here. What I probably should have done is waited for my team to come with me, maybe get my trade there and try and push out.
Like front forklift. Apollo, push through if you can.
And then I call out to my teammate because like when we're getting those kills in this warehouse area, we really want to be pushing through for as much map control as possible. Especially as an AR. Where I'm at now is a really good power position because you can beam off that. And then look at a lot of their spawn. So we get 4 dead. And then I call it their spawning fire, which is the far side where I was looking at right there.
I'm bottom. Oh, fuck.
Unfortunately, just teammates lost a couple of gunfights that we needed to win, so we don't end up getting this flip. But we got a decent amount of time on this first hill. Again, that's a bad name, but didn't really cost us anything. Here, literally all my teammates spawn up on me, so I should have called for a smoke. We really want to be smoking that cop car right there so we can hit the cross. Or else we're just kind of get beamed on that cross like that. See, we're sort of just running into gunfight. And into gunfire. We're in a similar situation that we were on last time, where we're trying to push into this hill so we don't give them a full 60. And we end up doing it at like 20, but again, that's too late for it to really matter.
Start pushing out, guys.
That's just complete lack of awareness, giving too many resources to Old Hill too late, which we end up getting like, what, 15 seconds off that? But it costs us on this rotation. We fortunately get a really big wave of kills here. to keep him out of hill
Top E3, that's him, that's him. Good shit, Apollo. Good 2
and
piece,
stop
bro.
them from getting set up.
They're still spawning C-Dom. Probably look office side. Look office, look office.
And so I know they're going to be
1-2,
spawning
1-2,
back where
1-2.
I'm aiming right now.
Okay?
So I make that
I'm
call
trying
out
to
to
get
my
some green control.
teammates.
I
And I see
flash
that
one
my
on
teammates get
graffiti.
4 kills, so I
Shit,
know that I
Hackney,
can
bro.
push
Keep
up
that
to
shit up.
green
I'm going
here.
top green. I'm going top green to help out.
I take this position because I know they're still spawning back where I called it beforehand. So I can just
I'm our top
play
green
my
right now.
life up here and kill them off rotation. And what's nice about this position is you can
Going
also get
bottom
them off
green.
hill.
He's trying to play.
And I catch a really bad lag spike here.
That's fucking terrible lag.
I would have won that gunfight, but
They're
it's
playing for new.
not a lot you can
Pulling us
do.
up again to try and help break us.
And something I'm still lagging,
bro.
but something I didn't note before on this P4 rotation, office is what it's called.
Bro.
Yikes, dude.
I'm gonna go top green.
I
I'm trying to get a
actually,
flank here.
while I usually pull a sub
Oh my
or
gosh,
pull an
bro.
AR for most of Hackney, this hardpoint is the one where I will pull a sub, just because it's really hard for you to get a lot of value out of 2 ARs.
Top green. Top green
Um,
absolute.
where since this hardpoint is so like
Getting a flank.
enclosed, it's really tough to actually like to run in the hill with an AR. And even if you're using an AR, but like outside of the hill, it's tough because not a lot of people are going to be challenging on your line of sight. And right now I'm just kind of playing my life, trying to go big in the hill. I end up getting a lot of important kills. Well, my teammates are
Get scrappy, guys.
just playing for map control, I guess. And at this point, we need 8 seconds to contest. And I think we end up contesting just enough and keep spawns for P5.
Yo, huge, guys. Huge.
So we give ourselves one more chance to hold this P5 and make a really big comeback.
I should have switched to fucking AR already.
And I switched to my AR late here.
Gate.
But we actually did a really good job of contesting that P4 but keeping spawns. The only problem is we had a really bad setup. Like we just didn't call it we were looking at. And that's what ended up costing us in the end.
Was that host bad for anyone else, or is it just? I
So
feel like it might have just been me lagging, but
looking back on this map, we got off to a really slow start. And although we had good spawns initially, we sort of threw them away right here. I get this 25-second mark where we're devoting 4 people to the hill. And even I'm probably out of position here. But definitely our main AR should have not pushed into warehouse, because we do not need him there. I mean, at most they're going to be sending like 2 or 3 to this P1, to this first hard point at this late in the game. What you really would need to be looking at is sort of this mid area where I'm at, and then also the far right side, which is office.
right now, guys.
Because if they push through that choke where I just died from, and then get into top fire, and they picked up that second kill, we spawn all the way out, and they flip like instantly. So I would say that was the biggest mistake we made all game. P2 is really tough to break. I think we had a decent chance right here, where I catch a little 3-piece, a little bit of internet there, but doesn't end up changing the gunfight. So we get those, we get 4 kills, and we know they're going to be spawning. If they're not spawning in the parking lot right next to the hill, they're probably spawning like office, since we were all the way over here by P1. We really need to capitalize on that. Hit that hill as a team. Kind of lost some key gunfights, and they ended up getting a lot of time on this. We should have a good setup here. I end up going down. I think I was trying to look at too much, probably. And we just get wiped off the hill. Which at this point, we're kind of snowballing. That was a big gunfight I needed to win. I should have been a little bit more careful. But we end up contesting a little bit here, and I go really big on this hard point. But we, it's weird. At this point, we're down like 50, and we kind of give up pushing with 30 seconds, and that's just a lot of time to give. We probably should have made one more commitment, but I was terrified of making the same mistake that we had earlier in the match, where we just give up spawns with too much time left. And definitely at this point, like there's no need for us to be pushing out. Here, I know they're coming from the old hardpoint, so I definitely should have been looking at that office side. So that's an error on my part, mainly in judgment. And then we just, again, seems like we're losing a couple of key gunfights, probably due to like miscommunication, not used to playing each other, know what we're all used to looking at here. And this is where the map sort of gets out of control to the point of being unable to come back from it. Yeah. So end of the day, what was the final score line? Making a decent comeback here. 175 to 250. It's not terrible, especially considering that these guys are actually a pretty good team that we played against. I'm not too upset about this loss, as long as we like obviously learn from it. And like I said, a couple of these players, specifically Chase has game, even though he had a pretty decent game, and then Cuz, they were filling in for our regular players that are actually on the university team. Uh, not saying that I want to blame that on them, because I definitely made my fair share of mistakes, but I mean, with anything, just take it as a learning experience and move forward. So that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. If you want to see any specific kind of content from me in the future, I'm gonna start uploading more regularly, probably mostly Call of Duty content. I know Warzone's really popular right now. I'm not a huge fan, but I definitely play it if people asked for it. So, like I said, hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.